Last year we were attacked in the middle of the Mediterranean and hijacked by the Israelis. How many people have here even heard that we were on a boat that was attacked last year? There were 21 of us on the boat, 6 British citizens, fairly reported here. We were attacked initially 100 miles away from Gaza. Now we sailed from Cyprus, 220 nautical miles between Gaza and Cyprus, so we're pretty much in the middle of the Mediterranean. We had very good support from the Foreign Office here, even though the 6 British citizens of the 21 aboard. 3 weeks later, who heard about the British sailors who sailed into Iranian waters? How different the government and the media response was. So that's what we're up against. We set sail committed to breaking the siege peacefully, and we believe our methods, our tactics were entirely peaceful and non-violent. We think that the Israelis tried to sabotage us and stop us even before we sailed. Regardless of what we sailed from Cyprus before, we had one boat that was going to sail from Cyprus again this time. Cyprus has always supported us in the past, but this time they said, we're very sorry, we're facing too much pressure from Israel, and they blocked our boat in the port, put our staff there, or our volunteers there under police supervision, and wouldn't allow us to move. We were shut down completely in Cyprus. Fortunately, we still had one boat in Ireland and 2 in Greece. When they sailed, we had a cargo vessel and 2 yachts, boats of all different ages, all from different places, different kinds of vessels. They all simultaneously went down with 3 serious mechanical failures. First of all, we lost steering, then we lost our bilge pumps, we started taking on water, and then we lost our electric. We can't prove that the Israelis sabotaged our boat. It's very hard to prove that, but that looks like that was the case. Only the Rachel Corrie, the cargo boat, did manage to sail 2 days behind the flotilla. One of our boats was completely disabled, and I was on the 3rd with the move, which did manage to sail after some emergency repairs. Although we all had experienced Israeli violence, we didn't really expect them to use violence, we didn't expect them to use lethal force against us. We really didn't think that they would attack the Turkish passenger ship in such a way. We thought if they stopped us, they would stop the flotilla assembly. So when we did assemble, we celebrated. We thought we'd achieved a great victory in just managing to get together. It was a celebration in the middle of the night. All the boats lit up like the Blackpool illuminations, and we went for a swim in the middle of the Mediterranean. The nearest land was Cyprus, 60 miles away. The Israeli operation against us began on Sunday night. I was briefly at the helm when our GPS went down, and GPS doesn't just drop out in the middle of the Med. It's a busy shipping area, and we knew from our experience last year that the first thing they do is knock out all our communications. We then saw the warships gathering around us, and after a couple of hours they made radio contact. They never warned us that they would use arms against us. The only threat they made was the same as they repeated last year. This is the Israeli Navy, you are entering a blockaded area, the responsibility of your actions will be on the captain and crew. To which we just replied negative, we're sailing to Gaza because we don't respect their authority in the area. Their blockade and their siege of Gaza is illegal, and even if it were legal, at this point we were still 80 nautical miles away. If their siege was legal, they would have jurisdiction over the 12 territorial miles off the Gaza coast, not 80 miles. As near to Lebanon and Cyprus is what it was to them. Last year they followed us like that for 13 hours before they attacked, so we didn't really feel we were in a situation at that point. They had said in the media that they would use all means necessary to stop us. I think their definition of the word necessary differs greatly from mine. I was on a boat this time with 17 passengers, the smallest boat in the flotilla. Last year I was on a boat of 21. This year we had 6 of the same people aboard, and they demonstrated last year that the only force necessary to stop us was to surround us, prevent us from moving, and then barge their way physically onto the boat without firing. We didn't expect them to behave significantly differently. However, this time they launched a pre-dawn raid. The warships grew closer, the helicopters came over us, and then they launched the Zodiac. Zodiac's a semi-inflatable boat, little speedboat, not much longer than the length of this table, and they crammed 12 to 15 armed, masked gunmen into these boats. And they sent 8 towards us. We were sailing nearest to the Mavi Marmara because our boat had previously been, we thought, sabotaged, and when we previously sailed in a yacht, the Israelis attacked us and they rammed it 3 times, and it later sank. So we thought we were the most vulnerable vessel. In that afternoon, we'd actually transferred some of our high-profile passengers onto the Marmara for their safety. We thought that they would be safer on the Marmara. So we were completely wrong there.